welcome back to episode 2 of my Feed the Beast Monster playthrough. As you can see, my base is starting to shape up rather nicely. Got a big window on the second floor. You can see I started putting a farm outside. I'll probably expand on this later. I'll probably put a enchantment area or something like that up there, maybe a little mini library. As you can see, I've got some big windows put into place, a little tree farm out there. Nothing can get to me. Now this is a view of the base when I put my first door in the very beginning, and this is what it looks like as of now. You can see I've got trees growing for basic wood needs, little farm, and plenty of mountain to work with. And of course a stone wall to keep the bad guys out. Now this is where I dug down to put in a branch mine. Usually I dig down, put a branch mine in by, second or third day. Now while I was digging out a few ores on my way down, I found a cave system that I just couldn't resist exploring a bit. That fluorite ore looks pretty cool there. I'm unfamiliar with the reactor craft mod that comes from, along with like the geostrata mod that's putting in some of these other types of rocks. It's kind of interesting to see these ores that I'm unfamiliar with. I really look forward to messing with the reactor craft later. I could hear zombies, so I knew they were somewhere close, and sure enough, there they are. As you can tell, my combat skills are less than exemplary. I almost ran away from that second zombie. Now turning the corner, I found this zombie spawner. My wife was trying to talk me into raiding up in there and sealing it up, but my nerves were a bit rattled from the zombies, so I decided to seal it up, stick some light on them, and come back later. I eventually want to turn that into a mob grinder of sorts, grab up some experience for enchanting later. Now I had to see exactly how far this went, and I wanted to light it up to try to cut back on monster spawn as much as possible. I did not want to go deep into these caves just yet, because at this point I don't even have armor. So I went back to where I had my branch mine going in to complete it. You can see I hit bedrock here. And what I do to establish branch mine is I hit bedrock, then I jump up 6 blocks and then put a floor under my feet to mark where the floor of the branch mine will go. Now at this height, diamonds should be fairly common. I think they spawn a bit lower than they did in vanilla Minecraft with all these extra mods. But we will find out. And of course here I'm just clearing out the central room for the mine. I got lucky and ran into some gold. This is clearing out in the other direction. And it's just a personal preference. I like to keep my ceilings at least 3 blocks high. That way I feel like I've got some headroom, ability to jump if I need to. I guess it just makes me a little bit less claustrophobic. So here is the room finished. I have to run around and put torches in to make sure nothing nasty spawns down there. The last thing I want is to have something come in on top of me while I'm down a hole. Now this will give you an idea as to how deep you have to go to be able to set one of these up. It takes a little while, but it's not too hard. Now back in the main room for the mine, what I usually do is I start in one corner and I put a 2-block tall tunnel going out straight in one direction. Now for Minecraft veterans, this is old knowledge, and this will probably bore the hell out of you. But for newer players, this is the best way I've found to find diamonds early in the game, to be able to clear out more ground and to build some of the more specialty machines that you'll need for processing and energy production. Now on my way, generally I dig straight down the trench, as you see, and then on my way back I pick the ores out of the walls. It's just the way that I do it. I know everybody's got their own little methods, but for me it seems to work out best this way. At least from a inventory management standpoint. And then what I do is count over 2 blocks and dig the next trench. Now what this does is it makes it to where I don't miss any ores that may be in the walls between these trenches, because the right side block on this trench matches the left side block on the other trench. Okay, so to end off the video here, I wanted to show you a quick way of doubling your ores early in the game. It seems a shame to let all the mining that you're doing go to waste. So what I'm gonna do, as you see, I'm cooking off some smooth stone. I want to make this grindstone. As you can see, it needs 3 smooth stone, 3 Soartex quartz dust, 2 cobblestone, and a wooden wheel. And I have everything I need to make it. So here I am crafting the wheel, and another thing that you need in order to operate the grindstone is this wooden crank, which takes 5 sticks. It's pretty simple. I was looking to see if the Grindstone recipe is in the CJB Quick Craft, but it's not, so I have to switch it back over to the traditional craft window. Now, an easy way to get complicated recipes in is to click on the NEI to bring your item up, but you can click on the question mark, and that gives you a blueprint for sticking all your items in. Minecraft veterans will know about this already, but I figured I should explain what I'm doing. And there we go. So now the question is, where do I want to put it? Because I want to have it near the furnaces for ease of use, but I don't think next to the door is a good place. It's just too cluttery. So I opted to stick it in the corner. And now to get some ore to stick off in there and demonstrate how it works. Now this method isn't as efficient as, using a pulverizer or macerator or any of the electric powered machines, but it is a good way to get enough ores processed early to get those machines. So as you see, just put it in the left slot, and then you just crank the wheel. And I saw on a video somebody was talking about it takes 7 turns of the crank to process 1 ore. So that should give you an idea of how long it takes to work through stuff. It's a slow process and you can't just set it and leave it, but ultimately it's well worth it early in the game, especially considering how easy it is to build. I just need a little bit more. And then, now you want to be careful not to keep hitting that hand crank. It can break. It's not too expensive to build another one, but why break something when you don't have to? So then the dust goes directly into the furnace and it cooks up into ingots. So that about does it for this Let's Play episode. Thank you for checking it out. Tune in next time. I hope to be raiding the mob spawner that I've found and putting together a couple backpacks to show you how to increase your inventory.